You ready?
Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
It's Average Pros.
Appreciate you stopping by.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a long week.
It has been a super long week.
And I'll tell you what, we waited a whole week because that last episode was over 40 minutes long, which was a great episode. I wanted you guys to all
Thank you,
absorb
Coach
it.
Branch.
Thank you very much, Coach Branch. Best interview ever. And I watched it at least 3 times myself.
Yeah.
I know you listened to it a couple times. I'm not much of a listener.
Yeah.
I like to.
He likes to listen with his eyes.
I listen with my eyes, and I read with my ears. So audiobooks are great. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. We've got a lot of cool things to discuss today. Let's start off with something good, then go to something bad, then go to something good again, and then go to something bad again.
Sounds great. First, let's talk about our picks this upcoming week in football.
You go first, because I have some alts picked.
Nice. So, my pick 3 for this upcoming week.
Hit me with them.
1, ATL over the Bucks. They're hot. They're rolling. They're going, baby.
Believe it or not, I actually picked the ATL over the Bucks by 2 points
Ooh,
on my list.
ooh, ATL rise up.
That's one alternate I'm going to have to pick.
Also, going Giants over Bears.
Didn't put him in my pick mix, so
House Barkley trying to make the playoffs.
that would be great because I hate the Bears and they're in the NFC North. But
Yeah.
the Bears have no shot at the NFC North.
Yeah.
If they win out, they're not going to get the NFC.
When I say House Barkley, that's my fantasy football team name.
Saquon Barkley, yeah.
Yeah, because Saquon's my guy.
He's on the Giants.
And then my upset of the week:
Give it to me.
Cowboys over Patriots.
Man, I like it.
Little
Because
little Dak move.
remember, my least favorite NFL team is Patriots because they get too many wins too easily.
I love you,
Automatic wins.
Giselle.
Unfortunately, I think New England's going to edge out Dallas by a couple points. Not a lot. They're going to beat them by 2 points.
False.
I'm calling 21 New England, 19 Dallas. Anyways, those weren't my picks, though.
No.
I just had them on my list and I have some alternates. I got some. Let's see. I got 5 other games I can talk about right now.
Yeah, why don't you shoot me 3 real quick that you think is going to happen? We can start with Thursday night's game tonight. Or
Yeah,
what?
let's start with tonight's game. I think the Texans edge out the Colts 28-24, something like that. Somewhere in that neighborhood, somewhere in the mid-20s is going to be the win score.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett is, off an injury. I mean, I know he played last week, but he didn't really throw a lot.
Yeah,
They
he was
ran the
just
ball.
like, yeah.
They ran the ball a good bit. They got good running backs, but
What's his name? Marlon Brown?
yeah.
He's pretty good.
So
I guess that's his name.
that's my pick. Texans over the Colts, and they got the same record. I mean, this is a close matchup. It's a good Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Next pick, it's not really that big of a hot take. Let's call it Baltimore over the Rams.
Ooh.
The Ravens, they showed everybody who was boss when they beat New England, and they beat them hard. New England didn't really have much of a shot against Baltimore, and New England beat the crap out of the Rams in the Super Bowl. And they're basically the same team.
The Rams are not really that great right now.
And those 2 teams are a lot of the same players as during the Super Bowl. I mean, some new ones, but mostly the same players. So I think the Baltimore Ravens steamroll the Rams pretty heavily. I think Baltimore puts up at least 35, probably going to put up more than 40 points against the Rams.
I like it.
As nuts as that sounds.
I like it.
And then I can go like a really easy pick, or I can go like this really hard pick. I think I'm going to go with a really hard pick. I've been saying it all week. I've said San Francisco's going to beat my Packers. I've been saying it all week. I'm like,
He has been saying that.
Home field advantage is a primetime game. They came back from their Seahawks loss, which was barely a loss.
Yeah.
And had a tough contest again against the Arizona Cardinals, the only team that actually put up a fight against them.
Yeah.
And just embarrassed the crap out of them on that last play.
Yep.
Help my defense get some points in my fantasy league. But I think Green Bay's going to edge them out in overtime. I think they're going to beat them by like a point in overtime, 21-20. Let's call it.
That's right. I like it.
Garoppolo's not that good of a dang quarterback.
I don't think so either, and that's what I was about to say. I was about to jump into my hot take is I think San Francisco's wheels about to fall off.
Yeah, they can't keep this going forever.
I think they'll lose to your Packers. I think they'll lose to my Falcons in a couple weeks. ATL come back, playoff.
Falcons are on a bit of a hot streak.
Yeah, they're going to run the table. Haven't given up a touchdown in 10 quarters.
That's impressive.
God, I wish we had this all year. Good Lord. You know how much...
That's like a
You know
something you
how-
hear about New England right now.
Yeah,
right?
you know how better of a mood I would be in if that was the case?
Much better. So that was a happy thing. Now let's jump into some serious.
Let's jump
shit.
in to the stuff.
Sorry for cussing.
Listen.
Everybody knows what we're about to talk about. This is
A
all
week
news.
ago today.
But there's fresh news too.
Yeah.
A week ago today. Talk about it.
All right. The Myles Garrett incident.
Myles Garrett.
You're an idiot,
Idiot.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I don't get any part of what you did.
Nope. Nope. Now, I you know what? That was a weird Thursday night situation where I wasn't actually watching that game. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't give a flip about the Browns. Don't give a flip about the Steelers. We talked about them a whole lot this
Yeah.
year because of
Yeah.
craziness and drama.
Because
and,
I drafted a whole bunch of their players.
yeah, but
I'm
still
sitting
give a crap
4-7.
about them. That was totally uncalled for. Myles Garrett is very, very talented in his position. He has also gotten a lot of penalties thrown his way for doing things wrong all season long. And, you know, Mason Rudolph was just trying to get up. Maybe he shouldn't put his hand on Myles' helmet while trying to get up. That was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, it's uncalled for what he did. Ripping his helmet off, you know, pushing, shoving, cussing, all that stuff. And then smashing him in the head with a deadly weapon
With
at this
his
point.
own helmet.
At this point, because, you know, he had a serious brain injury with the Eiffel Tower incident.
Yeah,
which
we
talked
got
about.
Eiffel Tower.
That was where,
Baltimore.
yeah, serious injury. Was out for how many weeks?
A few.
Yeah, he was out for a few weeks. Came back
He got blasted. Or did he
and
just
then
miss one?
smashed in the same spot that because he had a serious concussion. Smashed in the head. That's assault with a deadly weapon, if you ask me.
Here's my take on it. The whole thing. Myles Garrett, you knew what you were doing
Absolutely.
before he said hike. You're trying to prove a point. Steelers are your rival. You're beating the socks off of them. They have a backup quarterback in. The Steelers are not that good,
No.
to be honest.
No.
Right? Their defense is
Their
kept them
third
around a
string
little bit.
quarterback was actually probably better than
Yeah.
this year. They should probably
Duck,
take
Duck Hodges, holla at your boy.
Yeah.
I like it. So you knew what you were going to do. It was under a minute left. There's no way they're going to come back. The clock is running out, and you try to get a little sneaky, little crappy little sack and rub it in, and he threw the ball. Yeah, granted, you may not have seen it or whatever, but you still try to drive this guy to the ground. At this point, I'd be pissed off if I was him too.
Yeah.
So you're beating me half to death, and you're gonna try to sack me with less than a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna try to push your helmet, or I'm gonna even try to take you. You're 3 times my size.
Did you? So, and even he's saying is Myles coming out and saying
He
that-
said
that-
today like it was
that
a
Rudolph
racial slur.
Said some kind of racial slur at him.
Don't throw me that crap.
I feel like that's. I mean,
I think
don't get me
like
wrong. It's uncalled for if Rudolph shouted a racial slur at Myles Garrett, even if he got a penalty,
Yeah.
sacked or whatever. But to wait this long to say it out loud to the press
Yeah.
and stuff that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that. Now, if it was immediate, like
Yeah.
if he's yelling at the coaches,
if he said it Thursday night.
Yeah.
If they came to him and said, "Oh my gosh, you the guy with the helmet." Yeah, I lost my cool, but this dude dropped this word
yeah,
out
and
there.
then his
And then
teammates
everybody
that
was
were
like,
standing around would have been able to say it, and the guy that was beating him half to death, who was also
Pouncey, who I think is the greatest
is
now.
African American, and so like if he would have heard it, he may not have stuck up for his teammate. I don't know.
No, yeah, like, do I think they should have suspended Mason Rudolph for at least one game? Yeah, because even after he gets separated and he takes his helmet off of him, he goes back after him.
Yeah.
He's trying to entice it.
Yeah.
But you jumped over the line, bro.
Yes.
Hitting the guy with the helmet. I think
Even if it wasn't if he was just throwing a fist, that's still bad. I mean, it's not as
he
hard.
threw a fist earlier this year when he hit Delaney Walker in the
Yeah,
chest.
yeah.
And then he broke Trevor Simeon's leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Come
come on.
That was like first play of the game.
Are you
too.
Ndamukong Suh or not?
Yeah, he's
Come on.
worse.
It's
Not-
just, it blows my mind.
So does I mean, granted, we're talking about the Cleveland Browns who hired Kareem Hunt, a known spouse abuser.
Yeah.
Like on film, like a serious spousal abuse.
Yeah.
8-game suspension, whatever. They hired him. They didn't care. He's a home. Does Myles Garrett get to play again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just because it's the friggin' Browns and they're.
How many times
This is bad.
has the NFL, the last person they had in and definitely suspended was another Brown, Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
And they keep letting him come back. I think who's he playing for right now?
Well,
the Seahawks?
He's with Seattle. Yeah.
Now, granted, he's been to rehab and he's worked through his stuff and stuff like that.
But
why to go to Seattle when there's legal to do weed there? You're asking for trouble, bro.
Anyways, Myles Garrett doesn't really deserve to play in the game anymore because of his actions, but he probably will because it's freaking Browns. Got to spend a lot of money.
Let's jump totally off subject.
Something good.
Let's talk about Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we got our own average pros.
Yeah,
ballots.
we came out with our own average pros. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we have a average pros ballot that we made ourselves.
We can send it digitally too.
Yeah, we can
shoot it across
email
the
her. We can
let's
put it on Twitter.
We'll do like a screenshot of it and throw it on Twitter so you
definitely.
can just
tag
us back.
We want you to pick the 5 players that you would put in the Hall of Fame, not guess who the Hall of Fame is going to put in.
Yeah.
Because I honestly,
who do you want?
I honestly think this year's Hall of Fame, they're only going to take in one person. That's a lock. That's Derek Jeter.
Yeah, and I didn't pick him.
Now, granted, hot take, Derek Jeter's the captain, Mr. Clutch, and all this, and he's a fantastic Mount Rushmore player and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. He wasn't even the best shortstop on his team at the time.
No.
A-Rod was.
Yeah.
And he played third base.
That dude stopped short of J-Lo and bent down on one knee and gave her a big old rock too. So
Yeah, guess what? I get, and you know what? Let me tell you. So my picks for the Hall of Fame. All right, let me tell you.
those are Bob's.
I know, but I remember my picks.
Okay.
I remember my picks. I went Derek Jeter, of course.
Yeah.
Mr. Clutch, Mr. October, Captain, tip your hat. I also went Barry Bonds.
Love it.
He's a Reuter, and I get it. But guess what? The pitchers when he played, they were Reuters too.
Yeah.
And guess what? I even voted one of those guys in. Roger Clemens. I went Raj Clemens. And guess what? I went with old bloody sock himself, Kurt Schilling.
Yes.
So I went those 3. I also went little homer, Andrew Jones. This is my freaking guy.
He's cool.
I love him. I think he's fantastic.
And I like the way he spells his name with a U in it.
Yeah.
Instead of EW, it's UW.
I love it. And I also went Gary Sheffield.
So my picks were 3 out of the 5 were exactly the same. I picked Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Kurt Schilling.
Oh, of course,
they're friggin' legends.
I don't care what you say.
They are legends.
Those numbers are there. Like, God's sakes, Roger Clemens won 7 Cy Young Awards. Freaking 7. And he won a league MVP as a pitcher.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot.
No.
Also, threw Sammy Sosa into the mix.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, just cut his bat in half next time. Just figure it out, guys.
Yeah, come on.
And then Manny Ramirez, because Triple Crown, how many times?
I don't know.
I think he got the Triple Crown like 2 or 3 seasons.
But Manny being Manny, though, I like it.
Yeah.
He was clutch. I think he got a World Series MVP, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Mm-hmm. That comeback with bloody sock. You know what I mean? So guess what? We want to know what you would pick for your 5.
Why don't we leak Bobby's picks real quick?
Oh, Bobby is a avid Mets fan.
Yes, and you know who he
and
picked?
A Jets fan and a Knicks fan, so his life basically sucks.
Yeah, so guess who he picked?
He picked, first pick, as he's walking by, Derek Jeter.
He turned around and smiled.
Derek Jeter.
That's a traitor. That's a Mets traitor right
first little X. If I was him, I would have wrote at the bottom David Wright.
But he also picked a couple of our same.
He also picked Barry Bonds, because for God's sakes, you can't
Barry
keep the guy out.
Bonds.
You can't keep him out.
I've got a beautiful Barry Bonds holographic baseball card. I've got it like locked in a little sleeve and then locked in one of those like hard plastic things and then like a little hard plastic case around it. Like that's one of my most prized baseball cards. It's like a 99.
Let me tell you this about Barry Bonds real quick before we go. Barry Bonds had over 500 steals. That was before.
Because before roids, he was too heavy after roids.
Now I get it. Like
too heavy to run
roids, you give him super strength. He's hitting, but doesn't pick his bat speed up? No. He's still got to have great hand-eye coordination to smash it.
He's got to know where the ball is going to be.
And guess what? Sometimes Bro, he was going up against Roger Clemens, who roided. Andy Pettit, who roided. Kurt Schilling, maybe roided a little bit. Yeah.
He had a little bit of that.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
that
These
notion.
guys were freaking balling. You can't keep them out. All right. Bob also went with Kurt Schilling as well. With
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you got to. You freaking got to. He went with Omar Vizquel.
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name? Vizquel? Omar
Vizquel.
Vizquel. Vizquel.
Something like that.
And he went with Todd Helton.
Yeah.
I like Todd Helton a lot, but he played in Colorado his whole career and only hit 300 some home runs.
Nobody was crap
That
about the Rockets.
kind of sucks. So, we're going to throw this out on Twitter. We want you to tell us what who your five people.
You gotta do 5.
Your 5. I don't care what you think. I want you. If it was up to you.
And if the player has a Twitter handle,
tag him in.
tag him in it. I want them to see that people are voting for him.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Moving on.
Last topic that we'll talk about tonight. Your guy, number 7.
Not necessarily my guy, but
Number
a guy.
7 in your programs, but number 1 in Kevin's heart. Colin Kaepernick.
The cat. Anyway.
So just tell me what you think about this guy.
All
about
right.
the whole ordeal. What is your take on it, Kevin?
I'm not
Where
gonna
do you sit?
I'm not going to go too far into the past because
I don't care about the
it's
past.
been
Let's
rehashed
talk-
over and over again.
Yeah,
about the
whatever.
all that stuff.
Like you take a knee, I get it. Whatever.
And because we both agree on that.
Yeah,
part.
like I
He
get
did
it.
nothing wrong by taking a knee.
No. Like he doesn't spit on America for taking a knee.
No, actually, a veteran actually told him to kneel instead.
The first time he kind of spit on America when he just went to the bench, put his head down, and then a Marine guy wrote him a letter and said,
Yeah,
"Hey, bro,
like, just kneel."
I get what you're trying to do, but just kneel. That's
Yeah,
respect."
and he started doing it.
And so it was kind of
From then
respect.
on-
Whatever.
Yeah, anyway, so we don't have to rehash that.
I don't care about that.
We're talking about the tryout,
Tryout.
the workout.
What's your thoughts?
Okay. So there's a lot of heated debate about this, about him being a showboat, him being like a superficial and all this stuff, and it's all about him and not about the NFL. And if he really wanted to play, he would just, do what his boss wants him to do. And I get that. I understand that. He's not any other player that's out of the league right now. He's Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And not that it means that he's amazing or anything. It's that he's not just any player just scrounging to get back on a third string or something.
Yeah.
He's a starting quarterback, maybe a backup on a team with a really good starting quarterback, right? That's what he is. If he were playing right now, that's what he is. But the fact that the NFL did a lot of weird things around this workout, I have to kind of side with the Kaepernick team for those reasons, not for any of the other reasons that they're trying to pull out. The waiver being a little extra, a little 7-page waiver that kind of released the NFL of any liability, past, present, future, of being sued for like blackballing him or if he doesn't get a job. That's a little weird, just make it a regular NFL trial.
I get what you're saying. It's hard to trust the NFL.
Yeah, especially since that's happened and there was a closed settlement and maybe he knows more about that settlement than everybody else in the news media does.
Yeah.
Probably
That
does.
was all last minute. They threw out the thing.
Yeah, so and he asked to change it and the NFL wouldn't change it. The lack of him being able to cover his own workout with his own film crew so that the public could see everything he did, not just the unflattering stuff that he thought that the NFL might have done. That may not be a real concern because the NFL was going to film it and send it out.
Yeah.
But Colin was concerned that maybe the newsreels would pick up like his 5 worst throws and like one really good one.
Yeah.
Colin changing the receivers to his own guys.
Yeah.
It's fair, even though they weren't that great.
I get it.
But it's fair. He wants to trust his receivers, can catch his balls. So I'm with him on all that stuff. Him changing the venue so that he could film it and everything was a little bit clustery because you had 25 teams that showed up to see him, and only 8 wound up doing it because they had to move locations. It's like an hour difference of a drive or whatever. It was the day before a game time for a lot of these teams too. So there was a lack of super high-ranking officials from these NFL teams witnessing because it was on a Saturday instead of a Tuesday, which is a normal workout day. So there's a lot of weird stuff going around it on the NFL side that led Colin to act the way he did, and I understand it, and I sort of So I've got his back on that.
Yeah.
Whether or not him doing a tryout in perfect conditions with the NFL watching and at the Atlanta Falcons training facility and all that kind of stuff, if that would have changed his position on other teams, I don't know.
Yeah.
Coach Carroll wanted to see him, you know, and he didn't get to, or whoever he sent out there didn't get to see him because they were going to go to the Atlanta training facility. And
so you're saying you side with Kaepernick, you hate America. That's what you're saying. No,
I'm on the Kaepernick side of things because
I get what you're saying.
Because of the history of the NFL,
it's hard to trust him.
Clearly blackballing. I mean, Washington Redskins last year, they call up 3 or 4 quarterbacks, and one of which was Mark fucking Sanchez.
Butt fumble.
And they signed him. They signed Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's bullshit.
I agree that he's been blackballed out of the league for the last 3 years. I agree.
And the Redskins are 1-9.
And I think that he could go on probably 15 plus rosters right now in the NFL.
And do good.
And in like 3 of those places, he could be the start quarterback. Tampa Bay, James Winston, you suck.
Yeah.
I would start him.
They could start him in
Miami?
Right now, this season at least, they could start him in Miami. They could start him in also because of injuries and stuff. They could start him in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
They could start him in Washington.
Yeah.
They could start him on the because the Titans dealt with injuries and stuff. Although
Marcus Mariota sucks. He's done.
You can start him on a lot of teams and he can make a difference on those teams.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. It's just
and make a playoff run with those teams without a whole lot of impact to. I don't think you lose fans by signing that guy.
I want to say this, my take on it, and I hope Colin Kaepernick, you catch this video. No hard feelings, but that whole spiel you did after your workout saying I'm here, ready to play, I'll go anywhere. I'm calling bullshit, bro. You don't want to play in the NFL. I get you don't trust the NFL, but the whole timeline of everything went down. You wanted to make it all about yourself. So he gets a waiver on Wednesday, the 7-page waiver. He gets it on Wednesday. They don't like it. So instead of reaching back out to the NFL, they make up their own waiver
and send
it back to the NFL Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Like, bro, if you really cared about playing in the NFL, like, hey, I still want to use Atlanta. I still want to use my own film crew, and I still want to see all these coaches, but I can't trust you guys this or whatever legal you can do, and give it back to them the next day, Thursday. Let them hammer it out Thursday and Friday, and let you practice. You didn't care. And then you wanted to take it away.
No, his team tried to push it off to the following week, and the NFL declined that request. So they were trying to reschedule it, given more time for the legalness back and forth and whatnot, which is a fair request.
My thoughts is, if you really cared about playing the NFL, if he really cared, he would have been like, bro, all right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't trust you guys. I think you're gonna screw me, but I want to be in the league. I'm gonna prove to you that you guys have screwed me for the last 3 years, and I'm better than most of the quarterbacks in the league. I'm gonna work out where you want me to work out. I'm gonna work out with who you got recording, and I'm gonna show you my arm strength. That's what you should have done.
There's something to be said against that, though, because Colin Kaepernick, the football player, is also Colin Kaepernick, the activist.
I feel like that's what he weighs more.
Right, but then you're just to everybody that looks up to him as an activist, because there are plenty of people that have stopped watching. There's plenty of people who stopped watching football because of players taking knees, and there's the exact same number of people that stopped watching the NFL because they're blackballing people of color or a person of color or whatever, and that's how their mindset is.
No, I get it.
So by him just saying, you know what, I'm going to put activism on pause to go be on, as his buddy, what was it, Eric, what's his face? The guy who was...
Whittle?
The guy who was on the 49ers that was part of the lawsuit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyways, on the NFL's plantation, as he calls it.
Yeah.
So then you alienate those fans even more.
So
and he loses as a person. Like if you are passionate about one thing, whether it's right or wrong or whatever, you're not true to yourself if you just like, okay, this is a job, I'm just going to do my job. Because he's an activist now, which whether you agree or don't.
I feel like that he could have towed the line a little bit better. He could be like, hey, this is what I stand
It
for.
should have just been rescheduled, honestly, because they could have hammered all these details out amicably. Both parties could have, and they could have had a regular workout. And then, the fact that Jay-Z, who's picking music for the friggin' halftime Super Bowl or whatever, is now mad at his friend that he's vouched for to get the workout, just kind of shows what's really going on. That Jay-Z is motivated by money in this instance. It's not motivated by causes of the African American community that are backing Colin Kaepernick, and it just shows that the intentions were a little bit shady.
No, I get it.
The NFL's trying to clean up their image. I love watching NFL football. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to boycott them for this. But the NFL's trying to clean up their image in regards to that with that crowd of people. And they kind of screwed that up.
Yeah.
And Kaepernick made people that already didn't like him hate him even more.
Yeah.
So it sucks for
I feel like you did more damage than you did good.
For himself, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to stay being blackballed, unfortunately.
I don't think anybody.
I mean, he's 32. He could start on some teams right now, but the conditions surrounding him being in the league are they're not amicable for him. So he's just going to keep making that Nike money.
Which is a lot of it.
Without having to get concussions. I mean,
yeah, CTE.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's what we thought. That's our last topic we were talking about.
Yeah, this is the good, bad. On a positive note, maybe?
You have enough time? I don't know how long we've been doing this.
I don't either. You guys just fill these out for us, okay?
Shoot these back to us. We want to know. Go Falcons. Go Giants. Go Cowboys. Go Packers.
Oh yeah, go Packers for sure.
Go Miami. Go Texans is what we're saying.
Yeah, I think all that's going to happen.
And go freaking Dogs.
Whatever. They beat Auburn.
As always.
We didn't talk about college football. That's funny.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.